Well, hello, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. Jiu-Jitsu 2000 here today. I'm back. I hope you guys are doing fantastic out there. In the past, I installed this lithium iron phosphate battery in my 2022 Honda Monkey motorcycle, and I have been very happy with its performance. So in today's video, we're going to take a look at another offering. This is Grecell. This is another lithium iron phosphate motorcycle battery that will fit in my 2016 Suzuki DR650. Now, from my experience using these batteries in my motorcycles, they are far superior to a lead acid battery. And if we look at the package here, we can see that it says more power, more safety, longer life, more environmental friendly, and they're more lightweight. Now, this is a 12 volt 6 amp hour or 720 watt hour 12 volt battery. And if you take a closer look here, there is the model number. Now, I want to say thank you before I get too deep into this video for Grecell for sending this battery out for review. If we look at the bottom of the package, there's nothing there. And then right here on the side, it says basically the same things that we read on the front of the box. There's the other side, and then again right there. Here are some key features of this battery. I'll be talking about a lot of this stuff as this video unfolds. And then, of course, there is some cautions. And without further ado, let's go ahead and open this up. I'm so excited. Let's take a closer look. So as we open the package, the first thing that we see here is a very nice user manual. So let's just thumb through that very quickly. There's a table of contents there. So it gives us the pages that we can look at. Here is some of the featured details of the battery. So if you're looking for a specific number, you can correspond whatever number you're looking at down to this chart here, and it'll tell you what it is. Now right here, there are some product specifications. Now, we are dealing with the 6 amp version, so this column right here is all the specifications of the battery. The nominal voltage, the capacity, the watt hour, the cranking amps, very nice, cold cranking amps, and it just gives you all the data that you need, all the information that you need for this battery. There, right there at the bottom, there's the size of the battery. And then, of course, right here on this next page, it gives you a product introduction to these batteries. So very nice. Feel free to pause your screen if you want to read any of this a little bit longer as I go through this user manual. So instructions for use, very nice. I can't say enough good things about lithium iron phosphate batteries thus far using them in my motorcycle. It has been fantastic. It talks about charging them, and there's some notes and safety regulations. There is some more warnings. And then, of course, storage condition. An FCC statement to read. A little disclaimer. And then there's some contact information and product warranty information. So, very nice little user manual. The next thing that we see here is this little card, and it talks about how to install the height pads on the bottom of the battery. So this is no different than the previous battery that I installed in my Honda Monkey. So basically, if you want a taller battery, you can put some of these expansions on and it'll make the battery taller. So it's very self-explanatory, very easy to do. So let's take a look at those. You have 3 of these that are included with this battery. So basically they fit on the bottom of the battery depending on how high you need it to be, and then you just run your screws, which are included. They give you a little screwdriver too. You just run your screws in and it screws right to the bottom of the battery. So again, based on whatever size that you need. So if you just want to go 1 size taller, you just put it just like this. Put the screws in there. If you need to do 2, you can put 2 of them on. It would go like this. And then if you need the battery even taller, you can do 3. Let's see if I can line it up. So it would look something like that. And of course, in this package here, they give you the screws, they give you the terminal bolts, and then different sizes of screws. They give you the short, the medium, and the long ones. And of course, a little small Phillips screwdriver to install them. So very nice that they include all of that in this package. Now let's take a closer look at the battery. As you can see, it comes packaged very well. This is a 12 volt battery, 6 amp hour capacity, 72 watt hours, and 360 cold cranking amps. So very nice. And then on the back of the battery you can see some specifications. There's a little bit of warning information. And then of course, looking at the top, take a look at this. You can push this button and as you can see, it gives you a power level indicator. So very nice. At this point in time, I'm going to go ahead and take out the terminal bolts out of this bag. So those 2 guys right there. And we'll probably use the screwdriver to break this plastic and get this battery opened up. So let's just rip this plastic off. I like that they come with plastic on them. It protects the battery from water, from dust, stuff like that. So very, very nice. Now whenever I get a new battery, I always like to test the voltage of the battery. So let's go ahead and get our voltmeter here, our little fluke. We're going to see what it is out the box here. The positive terminal here is on the left, right there, and the negative terminal's right here. So we'll just go ahead and touch those. 13.29 volts. That's not too bad out of the box, but we definitely need to get this thing on the charger. So we'll go ahead and put the terminal bolts in. Now when you charge these batteries, because they're a different chemistry than other batteries, you do need a lithium iron phosphate battery charger. Now I have one over here just barely off camera. It's got a little green indicator, and I'll connect it. That indicator will turn red when charging and it'll turn green when charging is complete. Now you don't want to put too much current into these small batteries. This is, I think this is a 5 amp charger. Yeah, this is a little 5 amp charger, and it'll be perfect for charging this battery. So we'll just connect the negative right there, connect the positive, and as you can see, we have a red indicator. We're just going to let this go until that turns green. Now at the time of me filming this video, the current retail price for a battery like this is about 89 bucks. Sometimes they put them on sale though, and you can find them for like 76 bucks. Now this battery can directly replace the YTZ14S-BS battery. This battery is ideal for ATVs, UTVs, jet skis. You can use it for lawnmowers, dirt bikes, scooters, motocross bikes, and even in some small tractors. And like I mentioned earlier, this battery is going to be getting installed into my Suzuki DR650. Now some of you out there might be wondering why I get so excited about lithium iron phosphate batteries versus lead acid batteries. Let's start with the lead acid batteries. You can get between 300 and 500 cycles on a lead acid battery, but on something like this, you can get up to 4,000 cycles. So the lifespan is far superior using a lithium iron phosphate battery. Another thing to think about is the weight. Lead acid batteries are much heavier, so an equivalent battery in a lead acid would be 6 to 7 kilograms, and this one weighs 0.9 kilograms. It's much lighter. The charging time on lead acid batteries can take up to 10 hours, but on a battery like this using lithium iron phosphate chemistry, you can charge a battery like this in as quick as 2 hours. Another thing to think about is lead acid batteries, they only give you the ability to draw the battery down between 60 and 70%. So you can't even use the full capacity of those batteries. But on the lithium iron phosphate batteries, you can draw them down all the way down to nothing. So you have 100% use of the capacity of the battery. The lifespan of a lead acid battery is about 2 to 3 years, where a lithium iron phosphate battery can last you up to 10 years. Now, lead acid batteries are a corrosive battery. They have these gases that get released that could be acidic, and they can make you really nauseous and even sick, where on a lithium iron phosphate battery you don't have that. So they're a much more healthier battery and you don't have any corrosion. Another thing that really impresses me about lithium iron phosphate batteries is the temperature that you can use these battery in. It is crazy. So you can use these from minus 86 degrees Fahrenheit all the way up to 140 degrees Fahrenheit. So I don't know of any place really in the world where a battery like this can't work. That temperature range is very, very drastic. Another thing that comes to mind is lead acid batteries do not have a battery management system, but these lithium iron phosphate batteries, they're made with grade A cells, and they also have a BMS, which is the battery management system. Now, what's so cool about that is you get overcharge protection, you get over discharge protection, you get over cold protection, you get overheat protection, overload protection, and short circuit protection. So these batteries are a lot smarter than a lead acid battery. If you think about the terminals on a lead acid battery, a lot of them are lead plated silver terminals, and you only have one connection method that you can do your wiring connections on. But these batteries, these lithium iron phosphate batteries, these terminals are pure copper, and you have 3 different methods of connecting. So you can go 1 from the top, 2 from the front, or 3 from the side, as you can see here. So much more versatile as far as connecting these types of batteries. Now, there's a list of batteries that I'm going to tell you about that this battery will replace, and that is the YTX7A/BS battery, the YTX9/BS, the YTZ10S-BS, the YT12A-B2, the YTX12-BS, the YTZ12S-BS, and the YTZ14S-BS. So this is compatible with all them other batteries. So if you have one of those other batteries, you can use this in its place. The dimensions of this one is 150 millimeters by 87 millimeters by 93 millimeters. And of course, you can expand it up to 105 millimeters tall. You can even go up to 120 millimeters tall, or up to 130 millimeters tall. Now, this battery weighs 2.3 pounds, so again, it's much lighter than a lead acid battery. I highly recommend that before you purchase one of these batteries to install it in your motorcycle or whatever you're going to install it in, that you double check the device that you're going to put this in and make sure that the capacity is suitable for your device. Also, you want to take note of the polarity of the battery, so the positive is on the left and the negative is on the right. So if you're going to be installing this in a motorcycle or something like that, you might want to check and make sure that the polarity is going to line up in accordance to your installation. Now, when they produce these batteries, they produce them with two things in mind: high quality and long lasting. Now, this 12 volt 6 amp battery is designed for durability. They say that it can provide up to 100,000 starts. That is crazy. And 4,000 cycles. That is fantastic. It's 3 times lighter than a lead acid battery, 2 times more powerful, and 5 times the longer life. And again, it charges 10 times faster than your standard lead acid battery. So it makes a perfect replacement for those types of batteries. Another thing that I want to note is the cold starting performance of these batteries is 5 times increased versus a lead acid battery. Your engine starting power is increased up to 10 times. And the discharge protection is reduced at low temperatures to make sure that the battery does not shut down prematurely. Now, earlier I touched on the fact that these batteries have a battery management system, and this is really nice. So it doesn't just provide the multiple safety protections that I talked about earlier, but it also gives you active balancing and passive balancing in the cells in this battery. It'll monitor the status of the battery, and it'll protect the battery from overcharging, over discharging, overloading, short circuits, reverse connection, and thermal runaway effects. And these things definitely extend your battery life. And like I showed you earlier, there's the power display on the top. Of course, we're still charging, but this is really nice. You can keep track of the battery status at any time you want. There's no sulfication, there's no activation, no acid, no maintenance, and no water required with these types of batteries. So they're just a fantastic fit to replace the lead acid battery in your motorcycle. And of course, earlier I gave you the dimensions of the battery in millimeters. In inches, it is 5.9 inches here. It is 3.6 inches wide and 3.39 inches high. And while I'm letting this thing charge, I wanted to let you know that this is not obviously the only battery that they produce. There's lots of other models of batteries that are available from Grecell. And now we can see we have a green indicator, which is telling us that charging is complete. We'll just push the button and you can see that it says full. So I'm going to go ahead and get out my multimeter once again. We'll disconnect these cables here and we'll take a voltage reading and see what this voltage is on this battery when it's fully charged. So let's go ahead and take a look. We are looking at 14.36 volts. So that is absolutely fantastic. This battery's charged and ready to install. So here we have the battery that came out of the bike. And then we have the Grecell. Now I did have to install one of those plates on the bottom to make this battery the same height. Now if you look at the terminal orientation, we have the positive on the left and we also have the positive on the left. So that's real important. At this point, it's real simple. I can just insert the battery right down in there. Let's get it just like so. And now I can put the terminals on and then we'll be ready to go. Okay, so before I put the seat and the side panels back, I want to check this battery and make sure that it's going to work. So let's go ahead and start up the bike here. That fired right up. Let's try it again. Wow. It seems like this battery has a quicker start than the previous battery. Let's try it again. I like that. So this battery gets a big thumbs up from me. Well, folks, I want to say thank you for watching the video today. I hope that you found it useful. Thank you to Grecell for sending this lithium iron phosphate battery out for review. If you're interested in the battery, I'll put a link to it in the description box down below. With all that being said, please thumb up this video, and if you want to see me next time, hit that subscribe button down below. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now, everybody.